The use of alcohol or drugs ever seem out of control for you or your loved one? Has it ever seeped the line between fun and dysfunction is unclear? Alcohol, cocaine, marijuana, cigarettes, as well as other tobacco products are frequently abused, along with several prescriptions. For some, this use can be an addiction or what we call substance use disorder (SUD). An SUD involves out-of-control use of substance even though it causes you harm. People with an SUD become focused on using a substance to the point that they have problems with day-to-day functioning. People with serious SUD will continue to use substances, even when they know it is causing or can cause harm. This substance use directly impacts the body and mind and can affect part of the brain that control how you think, make decisions, learn, remember, and control your behavior.
Moving on to the causes of substance use disorder. Substance use disorder typically happen at the early age. Researchers around the world stated that it happened because of three particular reasons. Based on the graph, young adults or teenagers are the main victims of substance use disorder. In order for us to understand how the substance use started, we have to rewind the clock for a bit. Every individual will experience different addiction situations. Basically, there are three separate components. First, usually teens have a lot to cope with. Many teenagers are trying to figure out who am I? What is my identity? And there is stress. When teenagers are asked why are they using drugs, the number one reason that they used the drugs was to deal with the pressures and stress of school. And some teens have to cope with stress at home. There could be emotional neglect or abuse, divorce, or a family member with illness, a family member who's addicted, or even death of a loved one. Many teens also need to cope with depression or social anxiety. And secondly, most teenagers or young adults have poor coping skills. Maybe their parent or parents have been caught up in their work or even other family crises, and they did not even realize that their teenage child needs help. Or maybe their parents are struggling themselves. And teens who experience day-to-day depression or social anxiety may develop an unwanted negative self-image. This can make it tougher to cope. The third component that triggers substance use disorder is brain chemistry. For some people, their brain processes chemicals in a different way, and some of them can hook easily. The dangerous about it that it can be attributed to their family tree and be as their genetics.
Effective treatment for substance use disorder. These are the voices of those who need treatment with substance abuse. Substance use disorder is harmful since there are so many different sorts of substance use disorder that it's difficult to know where to start. Let's look at some of the therapy options for substance abuse. First, participation in medical therapy. If someone is unconscious, medical assistance is required to save their life. Furthermore, quitting from drinking or using extensively for an extended period of time need medical monitoring. Stopping suddenly might be life-threatening. Then, there's medication assist therapy. A medical expert oversees medication assist therapy and may prescribe a new medicine to make quitting or cutting back simpler and faster. Finally, there is rehab, hospitalization, and short-term therapy. Motivational interview or enhancement are two types of short-term assistance that focus on helping individuals connect and decide on their own reason for making life changes.